Hello students, this is the last video of our chapter 1 from module 1, and in this video I am going to explain you about the software basics and software types. So first moving with the software basics. So the computer system on the whole, it can be divided into two parts. Like one is hardware part, the other one is the software part. So hardware part, till now we have seen what are the different hardware devices we have and how we can use them, how we will be getting the output from those devices. So just hardware is not the one which is required for providing us the required output. So the main thing is software. So the other part of our computer which mainly deals with the software part or the programming part is nothing but the software. So this computer system, it should be the combination of both hardware as well as software in order to give us a required output. So calculation, programming, everything will be done with the help of this software. And also here we have the different hardware devices like input devices and output devices. This input and output devices, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and memory system, CPU. So all these things, it will be working based on the software, that is the operating system. It may be either the operating system or any other programs. So what exactly is this software? Software means it is a set of instructions which will tell the computer what exactly it has to do. So how it has to do, what it has to do, what output it has to produce based on what input we are going to give. So that is nothing but the software. So this software, it can be divided into three different parts, three different types of softwares. One is system software, second one is application software, and third one is utility software. So this system software is nothing but which makes the software which makes our system to work, system is in the sense it is a computer system. So this system software, again, it is divided into three different types. One is operating system, second one is language processor, third one is device driver. And this we will be studying in detail one by one. And other part of our software is application software, that is what applications we can perform on this computer system. So that is nothing but the application software. And third one is the utility software. Utility software means which makes our system to work properly. So which makes our system to work properly. Then coming to the system software, first we will be dealing with the system software, then we will move on with the application software and utility software. So what exactly is a software means? It is a set of instructions that achieve a single outcome, are called as programs or procedure. Many programs functioning together to do a task make a software. So for example, word processing software enables a user to create, edit, and save the documents. A web browser enables a user to view and share web pages and multimedia files. These are categories of software. So we have three different types of software, system softwares. They are system software, application software, and utility software. And system software is nothing but a software which is required to run the hardware parts of a computer. A software which is required to run the hardware parts of a computer, and other application softwares are called as system software. System software acts as an interface between the hardware and the user application. So the system software, it acts as an interface between the hardware part and the user application. An interface is needed because hardware devices or machines and humans speaks in different languages. So this interface is required because the hardware devices and the human, it will be speaking in different languages. So in order to communicate what exactly the user wants to the machine or the computer system, this system software is required. So based on its function, system software is divided into three different types. One is operating system, second one is language processor, and third one is device driver. So coming to the first part, that is the operating system. System software that is responsible for functioning of all the hardware parts and their interoperability to carry out the successfully all the tasks is called as operating system. So what exactly is operating system means? A system software which is responsible for functioning of all the hardware devices or all the hardware parts of a computer system, and their interoperability to carry out the tasks successfully is called as operating system. Operating system is the first software to be loaded into the computer whenever we are going to switch on our system. So automatically this software, that is operating system, will be booted. And that program, whatever is stored in the ROM, it will be executing. It will be starting to execute. Then once it has been booted and once it has been loaded, we are ready with our system to carry on with the other programs or other processor or other tasks. Then coming to the next type of system software. Next type of system software is language processor. So we have three different types of language processors. Language processor in common, it means like it is an intermediate between the user and the computer system. For example, we will be giving the data to the computer system as we know, like in the high level languages. But this computer system, it will not understand the high level language. It has to be converted into the machine understandable language. Machine understandable language, usually it is the binary language. It is in terms of zeros and ones, binary values, zeros and ones. So whatever high level languages will be there, it has to be converted into the machine understandable language. So this task will be carried out by the language processors. Language processors mainly deal with the conversion of high level language to the low level languages. So we have three different types of languages: machine level language, assembly level language, and high level language. Machine level language means it will be consisting of, as I have told you, it will be consisting of zeros and ones that the machine can understand, and it is completely machine dependent. Assembly level language means it is a layer of abstractions by defining the mnemonics, like common basic language which we will be using to talk or communicate. So same thing is nothing but the assembly level language. We will be using some set of mnemonics there. Like mnemonics are nothing but the words which will be representing what task is being done or what instruction has to be done by the system. And then coming to the third type of language, it is high level language. This language uses English like statements, and it is completely independent of machines, and it is completely independent of machines. It is just like the English language, C language, C++, Java. So all these are human understandable language. So we are going to type the programs in this high level language, and we are going to create the programs, and we can easily understand them, but the machine cannot understand it. So it has to be converted into the machine understandable form. So this software, system software, which converts the source code to the object code, so which converts the source code to the object code, is called as a language processor. So there are three different types of interpreters. Interpreters are nothing but the ones which are going to convert the source code to the object code. So there are three different types: assembler, interpreter, and compiler. Assembler, what it will do? It will convert the assembly level programs into the machine level programs. Interpreter, it converts the high level programs to machine level line by line. One line at a time it is going to interpret and convert. Whereas compilers means it will be converting the high level programs into the machine level programs on the stretch, like not one by one, on the at a time it is going to convert. So that is the difference between three different types of interpreters. And then device drivers, system software that controls and monitors functioning of a specific device. For example, if hard disk CD drives and all are there, so if this CD drives wants to work properly, then it has to be installed correctly. So it has to come to an agreement that it will be working correctly, and once we install it, then we will be able to insert the CDs, and we can access the data from that CDs, and we can also make modifications to the CDs. Then coming to the application software, a software that performs a single task and nothing else is called as application software. For example, web processors, word processors. So word processors, it will be doing the Word documents and spreadsheets, and so all these things, and also some DBMS like a database. So all these are coming under the application softwares, and they will be performing one function at a time, and it is like problem solving. For example, example, we have so many application softwares here like word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, database management, and multimedia tools. All of them come under the application software.